So you're saying that the Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim doesn't have control of the civil service?
Who has the control of the civil service unless you are somebody like Tun Dr. Mahathir?
He seemed to be working very well with UMNO. There's no issue. He seemed to be working very well with Sabah and Sarawak. So I don't see any problem in him carrying out his reform programs because nobody has objected to it openly. He has promised reforms. For example, he promised to bring openness in the government system. But when he became the Prime Minister, he extended the term of the MACC director for no reason, When his own party members said, kalau kita menang, we'll come after MACC chief first. But he went against what his party members said and what he preached by extending the MACC term. And then there is a public perception out there. He is meddling in the judiciary. The very same person who opposed to Tun Mahathir meddling in the judiciary. Now in the public domain, there is a perception that he is trying to fast track or he's trying to appoint the current AG as the Chief Justice of Malaya, and eventually that will lead to him becoming the Chief Justice. He promised reform in the police. Nothing's happening, right? Unless he tells, look, I have problem implementing these because UMNO and Sabah and Sarawak are opposed. What is the problem in making sure the judiciary is run smoothly, the police is run smoothly, administration of government is run smoothly? What's the problem with that?
Well, this is a very interesting question because when you look at Malaysians, it seems that everybody can be Prime Minister. Then there are also business people out there who's used to running businesses, buying new business and firing people left and right and making changes so that the new business venture can go off. But here we are talking about a government. We're talking about 60 years of institution where each of all the ministries are filled with civil servant that has been coached by a previous administration in idea of the superiority of Malayness and the idea of getting something.
But he was also part
of
of that government before in the UMNO.
Now, you must also look at the idea that if you want to change things, it cannot be such things like, number one, you want to change very drastically, especially when you are still not in control of all political parties. Look at the idea of the police, okay? The police, we are looking at the police in a manner that this police, who actually is in charge of the police, okay? Seems to be like they are in charge of themselves. And if you were to read some of the books written by ISA tahanan like Syahri Sunggep, they boast that who select the Prime Minister? We select the Prime Minister, says the special branch. Maybe they were boasting, but maybe they were not. So what I'm trying to say here is that if you go into a certain ministry and start making changes without understanding the lay of the landscape, I think that's going to be trouble to you. So that's why things have to take a step-by-step.
So you're saying that the Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim doesn't have control of the civil service?
Who has the control of the civil service? Unless you are somebody like Tun Dr. Mahathir, who has been there for a long time and has his tentacles all over, okay, then you are in quote-unquote control of the civil service. Now, how can you come into a situation of a certain institution where you cannot fire people or demote people just like that because it is controlled by the civil service? That's how we designed it.